I put my phone on D&D. Needed you one day, I was there when you needed me. Trap don't stop believing me. I know that I'ma make only thing that needs me. Used to make first with the potion. This from trap don't stop cause we got it in motion. I pop up and I'm floating. And I got on my ass and I'm wishing and hope.
This video is long overdue. And I've been procrastinating on dropping it for months now. I'm my biggest critic and I want it to be perfect, but here we go. So, I vlogged my very first solo trip out of the country. I thought it would be a great idea to film this experience, not only for the memories, but to remind myself that I'm capable of anything that I put my mind to. There's me, completely worn out. You know when you usually go on vacation, you're restless because you're doing last minute like shopping, picking things up? Well, that was not the case for me. I decided that it was a good idea to accept the request to attend a wedding reception, knowing that I was in charge of hosting my mother's birthday party the day prior to my takeoff. It was worth it knowing the peace that I endured, but when I first got to the airport, I was not pumped to record. I was cranky and running a bit late, but when I finally boarded the plane and got my butt in a seat, I went right to sleep. I woke back up just a few minutes before they served lunch. I'm guessing since the destination was in Asia, they were serving like all Mediterranean food. I chose a chicken meal. It came with white rice, a vegetable salad, and a fudge brownie. The chicken was similar to something like butter chicken. I had a hot green tea and an apple juice on the side. I'm one of the girlies that have to watch something while I'm eating. I was locked into this Christian series called The Chosen. It tells the stories from the book of the Bible. I don't really open the Bible much, so I really took advantage of this source to help me understand certain things while I took this trip. I would maybe give the meal maybe a 6 out of 10. I'm a pretty picky eater, so I wasn't really like a big fan. The next few hours, I took another nap and then woke up for breakfast. I had Wi-Fi the whole flight, so I went live this time when I ate. I had an Asian movie playing in the background. Now that I'm looking back at it, how inconsiderate of me to be talking to my phone while I'm on a plane. I guess at that point, who cares? They served what I want to call like a pastry. It was like a cream and season filled bread. I knew going on this trip, I was going to have to be open to trying new things. And this was one of the things that I was not mad at. A few hours after that, we had landed and everything really started to settle in. It was finally registered and I had like a minor, what did I get myself into moment. I had 2 layovers during this journey. Each one was maybe 2 hours long. Although I wanted to get footage and explore the different things that I was seeing, I was so locked in on not missing any of my flights. With me not being familiar with the airports, I was hauling ass trying to remember the directions I was told, running on like 3.5 hours of sleep. Once I made it to the second flight, I was so weary I didn't really care to stay up for like the meals. I'ma just be transparent. I was knocked out the entire flight. I felt like a time traveler. I lived that day twice. It was August 12th the entire time. I landed around 7 in the morning. Really had to mentally prepare myself to get on yet another plane. To keep it a buck, I was so over it. It was a long wait to get off that one plane. Then happened to go through TSA and the custom procedure all over again. And sitting on another plane for about 6 hours. Yeah, I was not beat to record. I landed in Bangkok and found the nearest cab service and just went straight to the smokehouse. Being that I landed in like an unreasonable time, it was like late at night, I had rented a room at this smokehouse for a short stay. It's a place called Fat Buds on Nut Succumbent Soy 77. They gift you with a few different pre-rolls of sativas, indicas, and hybrids. So y'all know the first thing on my agenda was to blow down. Next thing on my mind was food. So I ordered a grab to McDonald's about 10 minutes away. I saw this cute little cat, and it wouldn't have been like me to not give it my attention. I waited for all about 3 minutes, and the motorbike showed up. If you know me, you know most of my life I have not been fond of motorcycles. But the sole purpose of this trip was to push me to step out of my comfort and rebrand myself, letting go of all fear. When he first showed up, I questioned him down, asking him where my helmet and all that. After politicking, I finally hopped on. And when I say once he started driving, I felt totally different. and my scarf was all loose. But it was a time. After skipping meals on the last flight, I chose food that I knew couldn't get messed up. I was expecting for this menu to have a wide selection, but some things really took me for a surprise. They had stuff like pork burgers, samurai burgers, double Big Mac. Now, tell me that's not Big Mac. They had chicken wings and mozzarella sticks. I had to see what that be about. The numbers for the items was losing me. I was trying to keep up with the numbers based off the two different currencies. I saw that Matcha McFlurry and the munchies started kicking. Why wouldn't this slap, I made sure I had a bev and paid at the counter. Once I paid, the lady told me to be seated and they'll bring the food to me. One thing I can say off rip, their hospitality is above grade. I went to go grab sauce, and when I came back to sit down, all my items were already on the table. I led with a prayer, give God grace for allowing me this meal. I did my little dancey dance, and I dug in. They had this, duck sauce thing and this different type of ketchup, so I thought, why not try it? I was fried and geeked. I'm such a foodie. I tried the chicken first. It tasted like Popeyes, but with extra spice. Not too bad. I had a bacon double cheeseburger, way better than America's, in my opinion. Mozzarella sticks was cheesy and stringy. Definitely didn't disappoint. The McFlurry was more frothy than creamy. I would give it a 5 out of 10. I finished my meal and then I rode to the nearest smoke shop for some woods and some leaves and different strands before heading back to the room. When I got back, I just showered and slept for the next day.
No, he wanna eat me up. He think I'm the prettiest. I think I'm the latest bitch. Walking around on trim and shit.